What is going on, peasants? My name is JB, and I'm back here today with my Week 7 matchup in the APA Academy. This week we are taking on Scarecrow, coach of the Sacramento Scarecrows, because alliteration. Yeah, you can see this man, the team he brought over there on the right consists of Slowking, Megasaur, I'm pretty sure it's Megasaur, Electivire, Reshiram, Cobalion, and Deoxys Defense. So you already see the problem with this team. There's a Slowking and there's a Deoxys Defense on it. So I really don't need to tell you how this game goes based on that. And the rest of the games this season, if there's a bulky Psychic on my opponent's team, I lose, and this man has 2 of them. So I'm going to try my best to do what I can against this. So let's go ahead and go over the squad that we brought. We have 4 attacks: Mega Mewtwo, Wild Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, and Side Strike. We have speed for God knows why. I don't remember his team. The rest of his team is, I think we have more than enough speed for Cobalion. But yeah, we have speed. We have like 156 speed with Intimidation, so we must have something pretty fast. I don't remember. Next up, we have Standard Choice Scarf Infinite, Max to speed tie like a potential Scarf Cobalion or something like that. Got Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Thunder Punch, and Mach Punch on that. Got JBWestside, Kieran Black with an Assault Vest. We have Outrage, Dragon Pulse, Hidden Power, Fire, and Earth Power. Basically, the idea with Outrage and Dragon Pulse is Dragon Pulse does not kill Reshiram unless rocks are up. Outrage does always kill it, and we do have enough speed for that, so that's what we got there. And next up we have our Golurk, which is Life Orb. We have Earthquake, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Rock Polish. If I can get a Rock Polish up, this is going to look real nice. He doesn't really have the best switch-ins through the coverage that Golurk gets. I've really been enjoying using Golurk. I just wish like I had a little bit more team support for it, and just like a little bit more, like, I don't know, like I just wish I've been able to show it off a little bit more. It's been solid, it's been good, but hey, you know, it could be just a little bit better. Next up we got Holostar Vaporeon with Scald, Ice Beam, Wish, and Roar. Mixed defensive, no speed, yeah, just a pretty standard Vaporeon. And then last but not least, we got Flying Z Tornadoes with Hurricane, Heat Wave, Grassland, and Tailwind. If we can get a Z Tailwind off, if we get a Tailwind off, we could just outspeed everything, go to town. Just the Hurricane just does a lot of damage to everything on his team except for Evire, which you already know how I feel about Evire, but that's the squad we're bringing. And stick around for after the battle, where I will go over a little bit, a few transactions that we ended up making. So yeah, I'll do that here at the end of the video so I can give you the info on that before we go into next week's game. So let's go ahead and hop on in. Okay, so essentially what happened this game, it was a 60-turn battle, and the replay literally took 25 minutes to record, so I'm not about to sit here and make you guys sit through that, and I also didn't want to commentate the whole thing because I got a ridiculously bad sinus headache, and my nose is stupidly stuffed up, so basically what had happened was I got completely walled to hell and back by Deoxys Defense and Slowking. I did not have just enough offensive firepower to break through the combination, and my opponent just sat there, Regenerator, recovered, and recover stalled, played his game plan out, and I can't hate him for that. It's just, you know, it's a problem with my draft. He's taking advantage. He's, you know, doing what he needs to do to get the dub, and yeah, it was just a really straightforward, boring game. I just got fatted to death. There's really not much else to see here, so I sped it up for you guys so no one had to experience the full 20 minutes of debauchery. So yeah, about now, I'm not sure how long like the actual sped up part will be, but at some point there will be a segment at the end of the video where I talk about my transactions that I made for the rest of the season, so stick around for that. Okay, so after that utter nonsense that was that game, uh, there were a lot of people just chilling in the transactions chat, and like people were just talking one night, and I decided to drop a little something in the chat. I basically said I will sell my soul for an offensive dark type, and there were a couple of people who bid on it, and I was able to get a deal done with the homie OG Albina. He's a good dude. Go check him out. And we made a couple of we made a 3-for-3 trade. So you see here we have Mandibuzz. It kind of hurt to get rid of this thing a little bit, but like I said, I need an offensive dark type in my life to just be able to do anything against these psychic types. I'm 1-6 currently. If I went out and go 6-6, I still have a chance at playoffs. So I'm gonna try my hardest to play for playoffs, even though my chances are pretty slim at this point. Let's be real. There's still hope for that if I do manage to win out. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go all in and just see if we can't get it done. So in order to pick up the Pokemon that he basically said he was really interested in Mandibuzz and he would be willing to trade me the dark type on his team. And I'm like, abso-freaking-lutely. But he wanted to, he didn't feel like the trade was totally fair, which is understandable, which we'll get to in a second. So we had to make a couple other caveats in there. He wanted a Pokemon on my team. I'm like, I don't really want to give that up, but I will if you give up this other Pokemon on your team. So that's how we got to a 3-for-3 trade. Anyway, he was really interested in Mandibuzz, and he offered me Tyranitar for it. This is a godsend, honestly. Tyranitar is definitely a much more offensive Pokemon than Mandibuzz. Still gives us that defensive backbone of a Mon. Makes us a little bit weaker to ground, but I'm cool with it. Like, it gives me an actual Pokemon that can do things against bulky psychics. I can crush them, it can pursuit trap them, it can just help deal with them better than Mandibuzz ever could. Well, Mandibuzz, like I said, it's not a bad Pokemon, it's just I need that offensive presence from a dark type, and just, yeah, Tyranitar provides me just that, massive attack stat, good bulk, good rock setter, good move pool. It's a great Pokemon. So in order to make the trade a little bit more fair, he wanted my Infernape, and I'm like, I really don't want to give up Infernape, but I'll do it if you give up this other Pokemon on your team and another trade. So basically, he offered me Staraptor. I'm like, no, that's just not happening. But I'll trade you Infernape if you give me Keldeo. I thought that was a fair enough trade. Keldeo, still a solid Mon, gives me a fighting type, which still sort of helps with Steel types, which is the only real reason I had Infernape. It just really hadn't been doing anything. I feel like it fits like the same mold. Like, it does exactly the same thing as both KB and Mewtwo Y. It just does like the same thing. Keldeo does that as well, but it got me T-Tar, so I'm cool with it. Keldeo is a really cool Mon. It's something that I've sort of wanted to try. It gets some stuff and some things. It's a Calm Mind Sweeper. It can Sword Stance if you want to get weird. But its best sets are obviously just, Scarf and Specs and just clicking buttons, which is, a playstyle that I quite enjoy. A little bit of a better special attacker than Infernape. Obviously, it doesn't have priority, or it still has priority. It doesn't have momentum. It doesn't have, like, U-turn or anything like that to help out. It doesn't have, Rock's utility. It does still have Taunt, so sub-Taunt sets could be cool. But yeah, Keldeo's a fun Mon, and it's solid. So here's where the trade really swung it for me, where I was like, okay, yeah, if you give me this Pokemon, I'll do it. So I decided to trade Lanoon. It's the biggest one-trick pony in the game. Like, there's no two ways about it. I love Lanoon, but I love, picking up T-Tar for this team more. So I gave up Lanoon, and he gave me Rotom. So I lose removal in Mandibuzz, but I pick removal right back up in Rotom. So that's cool. It's a Rotom. It does Rotom things. It's, in my opinion, the second best Rotom, because it's not weak to rocks. Rotom Wash obviously being the best. Rotom Heat's really good. I've used it before, but it's weak to rocks, and you don't have to worry about that with Rotom Bow. You only take the 12%, and it does Rotom things. It Volt Switches, it statuses stuff. It's an annoying piece of crap. So that's pretty solid. And looking at my last few matchups, I'm like, I really don't need both ground types. Torterra can handle a lot of the ground type duties that it would need to towards the end of the season. And I wanted to pick up just another fast Pokemon, because I lost a lot of speed in this trade. So I wanted to pick up another fast one and something else that would help out with Steel types. Golurk does that, but like I said, I lost out on the speed. So I dropped Typhlosion and I dropped Golurk and free agented it for Typhlosion, which dog is yelping because she's trying to get up on the counter and get food that she can't have. But anyway, we had Typhlosion, base 100 speed mon, fire type, gives me a fire immunity, flash fire. It's another thing that helps break Steel types. Good speed tier. Fire Blast, Flamethrower, has decent coverage with stuff like Extrasensory, Eruption's broken, Focus Blast for coverage, stuff like that. Quick attack priorities, always fun. And those are the transactions we made. Will them end up mattering too much? Who knows? We'll see. Like I said, I still have a chance for playoffs, so we're going to go all out and try to make it. And that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.